Coming up on Surviving the Ordinary.
There is no problem that cannot be solved because we are two different persons.
It's a lot of effort. Trying to actually change my communication method. From there, the other party will be a bit more conscious and go like, okay, you're trying your very best to actually talk to me about this. Why are you so rude to me?
What did I do?
Exactly. Wow, see, can acting some more. So, we have gone through like all the different personalities or like in terms of gender or personalities on how we should communicate. And I think we both agree, a lot of time communication fell because there was a lot of
Misunderstanding and misinterpretation, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes like maybe on that day itself, your wavelength and my wavelength different.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm actually really angry at you about something. But for your case, like you're not. You're just chill and coming to me. So I think understanding each other in terms of like how you are as a communicator, how your personalities are, does help. Actually, there is this pointer from the Ministry of Social and Family Development of Singapore, the MSF. They are a government agency in Singapore. Okay. So they actually have some like diagrams and like pointers to show how you can actually improve in your communication.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It's called the 4 Horsemen.
4 Horsemen.
And how to stop them with their antidotes. So the first thing they say, instead of criticism, so like verbally attacking like your personality or character, instead of criticism, you do gentle startup. So it's an example. An example, like I go, why are you so rude to me? Do you
I got rude?
say, yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah. Exactly. Wow, see, can acting some more. So instead, right, you start with a gentle startup. You go like, hey, by the way, I actually felt offended when you actually said this to me during that time. I think when you do that, the other party also need to understand it takes a lot of effort. Trying to actually change my communication method, it's a lot of effort. And from there, the other party will be a bit more conscious and go like, okay, you're trying your very best to actually talk to me about this. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of emotional preparation and mental preparation to actually talk to me. And then that's when like you are open up to have the conversation.
At least, our guts are not high.
It's like we're not testing you.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Or we're not shooting you, you're not pushing to the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
The second thing is contempt. So attacking sense of self with an intent to insult or abuse. And something like, you don't even bring that much money to the table and you want to talk to me about this. Like, don't do that. Instead, build culture of appreciation. So instead of doing that, go like, I'm really thankful that you actually work really hard on all this. But it's just that I feel that maybe we can earn a little bit more. Maybe there's something that we can do better. Like that kind of thing. But you start with that appreciation first. Make them feel like I am being acknowledged of my hard work before you want to give me what I can work on better after that. Third, defensiveness. Okay, usually defensiveness comes with like ego. It comes like play to like that, right? So victimizing yourself to ward off a perceived attack or reverse the blame. If I go like, I was offended because when you talk to me, it was a little bit harsh. And you go like, I'm not harsh, what?
Yeah.
It's you. You're just like thinking too much. You're overthinking things. Defensiveness. So instead of like being defensive, take responsibility.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm sorry. Take even if you're not sorry, just say sorry lah.
I feel like this is one thing that sometimes that is the respect that you have to with each other is agree to disagree.
Yeah. And I honestly like apologizing takes a lot of respect. Like if you actually apologize to someone, whether as long as it sounds sincere or like the person feels that it's sincere, I think it shows that you actually respect me and love me enough to actually apologize for hurting my feelings, no matter what the situation is. And I think that's nice. Like take responsibility instead of being defensive. Yes. And last one is stonewalling. So things like, okay, I'm sitting down. I wanted to actually raise an issue with you. And then you're like, you know what? I don't want to talk about this. And then you just walk off.
I feel that, it's about caring actually. It is giving a hoot or everything. Because I always feel like anything that when you want to talk, you should not just listen and not respond. You should listen and still respond, or you shouldn't just walk out of the communication.
Exactly.
So what you should do is really, like I say, it is the respect that you should have for each other. Just sit down, listen, take a step back, and understand. What happened if you put yourself in that person's shoe, your partner's shoe, or stuff,
yes.
and likewise, your partner put themselves in your shoe. Yeah. So you have a better understanding of each other. Yeah.
But at the same time, right? I mean, we haven't even touched like the mental health on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that will be another episode altogether.
Yeah.
But some people may feel anxious, right? They have a bit of anxiety, and if they feel like they are being attacked, they can't think straight, they can't rationalize that, and then they start to be defensive, and they realize, okay, this argument is not going anywhere because either one of us is not in the right mental state
Yeah.
now to actually be having this conversation. And then after that, I start to walk out. Understandable that you walk out, because you really don't want to have the communication now because you know it's going to get worse. But at the same time, the other party feels like you don't care enough
Yeah.
to fight, or like at least if you don't want to talk, right, at least just succumb and
Yeah.
hug me.
Mhm.
Like these are the things like to do. Like don't stonewall. In fact,
Precisely. Don't stonewall actually. Actually, that's the correct word. Don't stonewall. Like if you don't storm out, I feel like, some
Yeah.
people I say just walking off or stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. So and walking out or something like that is quite bad. It's also, but I think what's worse is that listening and not even responding.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, every time when you communicate with someone, there will always need to be an ending.
Yeah.
Even it doesn't have to come to a conclusion or a solution, but at least have an ending. So maybe let that person go on a full rant if they need to, and then go like, you feel like, wait, that's not right. I need to defend myself. But hold on a moment. I let you rant first because I know that it's going to be. So instead of walking away, I hear you. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yep.
Let me have a think about it first and see how I can actually respond to this argument. But know that I love you. Your feelings are hurt. And then take a break.
Yep.
And then, take a break and then, do some reflection and then come back. Okay, hey, can we actually continue the conversation that we have about the argument just now? I'm at a better place. Are you okay to talk about it? And then say your piece. I think that's nice. You end it still, even though there's no conclusion, you end it still. But then after that, you come back and you still have your say.
Yep.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, even though like, when you feel like you can't talk right now, maybe just take a back, sit back, relax, text, or even write a letter.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So this is thing that you could have done.
Yeah, write letter. Don't write IG story. I'm guilty of it. Every time sometimes I'm angry, right? I'll be like, then I'll put on my IG story and like,
So
give a
basically,
bit of hints. Like,
I also feel like do not hang your dirty laundries on social media.
yes. But you know what? I think because like for us, we are so, for me, my work, like a huge chunk of my life is basically being a content creator.
Yeah,
and even my working is marketing. We are so used to like being on social media so much.
Yep.
And I do get caught. I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I get so angry that I was like scrolling. I'm like, I just need to rent somewhere. And I put it on my IG story. But now IG story got close friend list, right?
Yeah.
So it's like only the close friend knows.
Based on my experience, you are in this together. And we are bound to have like disagreement because we are two different person.
Yeah.
And I feel that that's what attracts actually.
Yeah.
Opposite attracts.
Opposite attracts.
So, and I feel that, there is no problem that cannot be solved. If you think that because we are two different person, it's so right now we have two heads thinking of one problem, how we can solve it.
Yeah.
So you can sit down and then talk it out, and that's how you solve this problem.
Opposites attract. You cannot expect them to be on the same level and wavelength as you. Like
Definitely.
it's different.
I mean, your partners could have a different point of view, and then
Yeah.
you have a different point of view. And then if you both can't agree, but you can
Yeah.
come to a conclusion where it's compromising, you see?
Yeah, and just because like we have the opposing views
Yeah.
doesn't mean that one is right, one is wrong.
Yes, correct.
You know?
There's no such thing as what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about
What works.
Yeah, what works.
Yeah,
Yes, that's right.
what it is. Like what works. Instead of, bantering about like each other's points, stop. So how can we make it work
Yes,
now?
correct.
So we're going to wrap it up by saying that to actually sustain your relationship, you need to basically be great at communicating and understanding one another. I think the conscious effort to understand their love language and communication style is really, really important. Let that ego down. Okay, thank you so much. We're going to wrap up today. Thank you for listening to Surviving the Ordinary. Do follow us on any of the channels of vodcasts that we are in, and also on our social media account. I'm sure there'll be a link here below or a link on our profile or bio. And we'll see you next time on our next episode.